you're self-employed, you're a virtual assistant, social media manager, copywriter, web designer, basically any type of freelancer who is currently right now running a one-person online business, this video couldn't come at any better time, because in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I went from a general virtual assistant to now running my own six-figure virtual assistant agency where I have outsourced my work to other virtual assistants and social media managers. And now I've turned my agency into a passive income stream for myself. Now, before I dive into exactly how this happened, what steps I took, how did that big transition even happen, and how you can do the exact same thing if you're looking to increase your monthly revenue while doing zero extra work, listen up. But before I dive right into it, I want to talk about my virtual assistant journey because it is very, very important for this video. I became a virtual assistant December 2020, which was 4 years ago, after watching a random TikTok video on my For You page. And I immediately knew that was something I really wanted to do and that was the sign from the universe. So I dived head first. I became a virtual assistant for wedding photographers. Now, obviously, if you are a virtual assistant, you know that you need to have a niche. You need to know exactly who your ideal client is and your services and packages. So you need to basically have your business foundations in place. Assuming you already have that. Now, if you don't have that, you could watch my How to Become a Virtual Assistant in 30 Days video. Even come back to this video to start your own agency. I've had so many people that don't even start as a virtual assistant, skip the solo freelancing step, and they immediately jump into creating an agency for themselves so they can work with more high-paying clients from the very beginning, which is something I think is a great way if you are someone who does have the investment to start that agency from the very beginning. So instead of you doing the work, you can just start hiring other virtual assistants to do the work. You can just manage and run that agency. I quickly launched my virtual assistant business page on Instagram as a general virtual assistant for wedding photographers. The main two tasks I was providing was administrative task and social media management task. Beside my admin administrative role, the day-to-day tasks included data entry, email management, calendar management, booking travel arrangements. My ideal clients were wedding photographers, and they obviously traveled a lot for work. I also did a lot of the client communication. I kept track of the client invoices, deposits, payments. This department basically felt like a personal assistant. And then we have the social media aspect role. Inside this role, day-to-day tasks include like managing their social media accounts like Instagram, Pinterest, eventually TikTok. I scheduled daily posts for them. I edited their videos, wrote captions, hashtag research, lead generation, graphic designing. This basically felt like being a social media manager. These are the two main categories for anyone to either start or continue to work in. So regardless of what type of freelancer you are, if you're someone who provides services in one of these departments, or you're someone who niched down and chose to specialize in a very specific field, maybe you're focusing on only providing web design or copywriting. There's a reason why you did that to begin with. A, you fell in love with that specific role or task and realized that's what you're really, really good at and you enjoy doing it. Or B, you felt like the other departments, such as the administrative department, was just way too draining, like me. For me, I didn't want to put my time and energy into the administrative role. So I personally wanted to focus more on the social media management side because that's where I felt free and my creative juices were always flowing. However, as someone who was looking into scaling into a virtual assistant agency, I knew I wanted to also provide administrative tasks inside my agency. A lot of businesses need both. They need back-end support and they also need support for their social media presence. So what did I end up doing? And so many of my students who I've trained and worked with now have also ended up doing is outsourced it to another virtual assistant who loves doing admin work, who specializes in doing administrative work. For example, one of my first virtual assistants I hired was a general virtual assistant to provide administrative tasks to my clients who hired me to do both social media and admin tasks. I gladly took care of the social media aspect because, again, I love doing that and I'm really, really good at it. Instead of me doing something I already know I'm not going to enjoy myself doing, I hired a virtual assistant to do that. I am that virtual assistant's client at the end of the day. but she wasn't doing admin work for me and my freelancing business. Instead, was doing admin work for my client's business. So she is still doing what she was hired to do. This is how my agency transition started. Where I made that step before I actually looked into hiring a freelancer as a subcontractor, I had two things crystal clear. One, what type of services I was already providing, what type of results I was already bringing inside of my own solo business, and two, what did I need the freelancer to do? What I needed them to bring, what was I looking for, and what type of results was I expecting from hiring this virtual assistant. And during my interviews, when I was hiring somebody, because it was the first time I was hiring anybody, I was very, very clear on what to ask. Now, this isn't rocket science because when I first started, I was also providing administrative tasks. So I basically went off of the questions my clients were asking me in the very beginning. Now I was a client, so it was a bit different for me. I wasn't being hired. I was actually looking for someone to hire as a subcontractor. So those are the two things that you must have figured out, because you cannot hire somebody if you do not know what you're looking for, what you're looking for them to do. And they won't be able to do their job, give you the result if you don't tell them and you're not crystal clear with them during your discovery call stage, during the hiring process of what exactly are you looking for them to do. Now, transparency is key here. When I first got on discovery calls with virtual assistants that I needed to bring to do back-end administrative tasks for my clients, I was very crystal clear on letting my clients know that I am turning my solo business into a agency. These freelancers that I'm bringing into my team are my people. I trust them. So if they trust me, they can trust them. Obviously, in the very beginning, you will see yourself managing a lot. It is still better than taking on tasks you do not want to do. Now, I know a lot of people don't just hire a VA or social media manager because they don't want to do a specific task on their own. They simply just want to expand and scale their business, also increase their revenue, because a lot of people feel capped out. Because let's be real, there's only so many hours in a day, there's only so many clients and projects you can take on as a single person. So a lot of people actually hire other social media managers or VAs also specialize in similar tasks they do. Let's say you're a freelance web designer. You have 4 main projects every single week or every single month. Now, if you add on another project, another client, that would make it 5 projects every single week, and it feels a bit hectic. It will feel like you will eventually burn out. Now, 4 projects a week, let's say you charge $2,000 per project, and that's $8,000 per week. That's your income cap right there as a solo web designer. Now you have 2 options. You can continue running your business just like that, because hello, $8,000 a week, that is amazing. You're already doing so great. Or you could hire another freelancer web designer just like yourself and give them 4 more projects, aka 4 new clients to do inside your business. So you will still hire these 4 clients based off of your price point, because the best part here is you can hire that web designer who doesn't charge the same amount as you. What you can do is, let's say you are getting on discovery calls to hire a freelancer web designer, and one of the web designer quoted you $1,000 per project, and you love their work, you've talked to them, you vibe with them, and you choose to move forward with this web designer and sign a contract with them to do 4 projects for $4,000. Now you give them 4 projects that you're getting paid $2,000 to do. You're still doing the same amount of work, 4 projects per week. However, your weekly income just went from $8,000 to $12,000 without adding any more extra workload or extra hours or take on extra projects. This is how you will transition. You can continue adding more freelancers as you're growing this agency to now, let's say you got to a point where you no longer even want to do the 4 projects. Instead, you would rather focus on creating maybe digital products and start earning from your knowledge and expertise, maybe even add mentorship and coaching, basically work on building another income stream. That's pretty much what I did. I turned my virtual assistant agency into a passive income stream. So I can focus on on growing my virtual assistant coaching business. I have been coaching new and aspiring virtual assistants to kickstart their own freelancing journey from the ground up. And having the free time also gives me room to create digital products, which is exactly what I did. I have scaled my coaching business into another six-figure business in just 1 year because I had the freedom and I had passive income coming in from my agency, which allowed me to feel comfortable to take risks, to experiment and go above and beyond to quickly scale this coaching business that I had started. And I probably would not have been able to do so effortlessly if I had VA clients of my own and I was juggling to manage my virtual assistant clients and take on more coaching clients. It would just be a bit too much. However, I did go back into providing social media management. As of September now, 2024, I do work with clients where I provide social media strategy and web design because I love doing it and I missed doing it. And it doesn't feel like I'm doing more. I'm doing a lot. Especially now that my coaching business is also growing and scaling, and I feel like I'm at the right place once again to do more, to make more. Running a social media business, which by the way is no longer an agency, and running my own virtual assistant coaching business. Business is all about pivoting and transitioning literally to anything you want, as long as it fits your current lifestyle and it doesn't feel overwhelmed or stressed. For me right now, this works best. I will be looking into continuing turning my social media business into agency once again because there's so many agencies that are scaling and are very, very, very profitable, especially going into 2025. My personal prediction is that agencies are going to start taking over, which only means more freelancers can start their journeys through these agencies and get work even faster. Do you feel like it's time for you to turn your one-person freelancing business into a whole-ass agency? Now you know what steps to take. Now you know the outline of what it will look like and how you should take that first step. And if you're a freelancer looking to hire more clients into your freelancing business, you now know to start networking and reaching out to these virtual assistant agencies or freelancing agencies in your niche. They're always hiring, always looking for new talent. If you want to learn how to become a freelancer virtual assistant, check out this video where I show you exactly how to start as a complete beginner in just 30 days. If you're an experienced freelancer looking to not only start an agency, but also create more passive income like digital products to sell your expertise and knowledge within your niche, check out this video where I break it all down. I teach you how to sell and create your digital products on Canva for free. And for more videos like this to help you build and grow your freelancing business into more revenue every single month, remember to subscribe to my channel so I can continue making more videos and supporting you along your journey. And I'll see you in the next video.